Alright, hi guys. Just wanted to kind of go for a bit of a walkthrough in my backyard, which I've pretty much converted from just a sort of grassy slash concrete area into, I don't know, my little produce section. So here we've got some oregano and some chives sort of nestled in there. Here some mint as well that's sort of just making a comeback. Over here, I've used some sort of empty kind of plastic tub and drilled a few holes in the bottom, mixed with some rich compost and yeah, planted some carrots in there. So hopefully we'll start seeing something come up from them pretty soon. Over here, there's a sort of general mixture of parsley, coriander, and some lettuce found its way in there at some point as well. It's all looking a bit spindly at the moment because I need to recompost, and I've been cutting it back a lot to have in my meals lately. Um, Over here is another bucket that was just made from a old compost bin, split in half here. Um, and we've got some spinach coming up, and eventually I'm going to transplant some of the basil seedlings in there. So over here I've just got little markers of little seedlings that I'm growing at the moment. As you can see, some kale there, basil, corn, sunflowers, and some marigolds, and a bit of aloe vera at the back there. Also some sunflowers over here. So obviously spring at the moment, and it's a really good time to be putting out some seeds, having a go. I think generally with backyard gardens, it's not really about having the thing that you're trying to do work out straight away. It's more experimental, and I mean, um, a lot of this produce I'm still, um, putting in addition to my things that I'm buying at the supermarket. But it's just nice to experiment and have a go, I guess. So this is probably like the larger part of the garden, and there's a bit of a, I guess, truss system at the top there for some kind of vines and things to grow up eventually. And I'll take you over here to begin with. This was the other half of the old compost bin. And I've just got some sweet potato vines just growing out of the tub there. Some other smaller offshoots coming out as well. And then this is a big broccolini forest here. Most of the broccolini sort of come to flower, which is also okay because then the bees really like it. So you don't have to. That's another thing about the kind of growing in an urban environment is you don't have to be setting goals for yourself to produce a certain amount of food. Even just growing nice kind of a biodiversity of flowers is good because it allows bees and nectar eating animals and birds to sort of have a habitat and food source, which is just good for the ecosystem generally. Um, and it's gotten a bit crazy in here, but you can see, those are the sort of roots of the broccolini trees, and down there's little bits of kale, more lettuce down there, and some stalks for some flowers. More broccolini over here, and we've got some jasmine, which is just sort of coming to flower up here. Um, yeah, so and also some passion fruit, just kind of growing up in a vine there. So I mean, and this is all done with a space that I dug out of the grass, probably only about 80 centimeters wide, I guess, um, and maybe 4 meters long. So obviously not everyone has that space, but you can definitely kind of work with what you've got. I mean, I'm lucky that I had this, but also, there's this huge grassy area too. If I wanted to, I could pretty much dig up all this grass and plant stuff there. Um, but it's nice having a bit of grass too. So yeah, basically, I haven't used much of the outdoor area, and just goes to show that you can actually produce quite a lot with pretty limited space, and that's what we're going to be trying to you know, talk about in terms of limited space, and being able to grow your own produce in the weeks to come. So that's it from the Urban Growers Project, and we'll get back to you soon. Cheers.